He's damned if he does, and he's damned if he don't. So he did the right thing. Don't give them no sound bites. I noticed how when they were trying to force an interview out of Shedeur, a young man in the background wasn't even dressed. So the players can't get enough respect that they can put their clothes on first before you come in there and try to get your likes and clicks up. Shedeur did a good job. The NFL surely isn't protecting him. The NFL Players Association isn't protecting him. The commissioner isn't protecting him. So he got to protect himself. Stefanski, no consequences for these types of answers right here. Always avoiding and deflecting where Shedeur is concerned. But Shedeur must submit and allow the media to force him into a conversation that they then gonna take and use against him because they feel entitled, because they have a partnership with the NFL. You have a partnership with the NFL. The NFL allows you to disrespect the players coming to the locker room while they still getting dressed. But you don't ever have any right to disrespect another human being. And every human being has the right to protect themselves from malfeasance. And that's what Shedeur did. Listen to this video right here. I've played it a couple of times. There's something here.
The frustration lead to more partying, more drinking, less focus on the football field, more focus on the things that didn't matter because I was trying to escape bad football. I was trying to escape coaches that didn't talk to me. Shoot, as soon as practice is over on Monday, I'm out.
I had a flight every Monday.
Same.
Brian Hoyer was the starter, and I was very solidified in the backup role. As I know I'm not prepared, I don't know enough about defenses. He's not coming off the field. I got comfortable in that backup role to where every Monday I was 50-50. It would be straight to South Beach for FDR Mondays at the Delano, or I would go back to Texas and go to Dallas, or go to the...
Okay. All right. I keep playing this video because there's something here. They have something in common. It's how they feel about being in Cleveland. That's what they have in common, but it's for different reasons. Listen to what the black player says.
The Trump
less focus on the football field, more focus on the things that didn't matter because I was trying to escape bad football. I was trying to escape coaches that didn't talk to me. Shoes.
What did he say? I was trying to escape coaches that didn't talk to me. What did we say about Shedeur Sanders being uncomfortable in Cleveland? What have we noticed about Kevin Stefanski when he's interviewed about Shedeur? He refuses to directly answer a question, give positive feedback, or acknowledge Shedeur as a quarterback. He refers to him as a thrower. This position has standards. The black player that played for Cleveland reported of feeling under duress and distress because why? Because his coaches didn't talk to him. He was being ignored. We all know what the silent treatment does. It eats a person up. That's how you treat a player that's on your team. You didn't draft him, but it's okay for you to mistreat him. This is no different than Kevin Stefanski and Shedeur being uncomfortable when he got there. With people working for Cleveland asking about how are you going to wear your hair like that? Yeah, he going to wear his hair like that. What am I pointing out? That the Cleveland Browns have a toxic environment. And while white players, including a quarterback, might be ready to get the hell out of there, it's not because their coaches aren't talking to them. Maybe it's like what the black player said, trying to get away from bad football. But then the black player has an additional circumstance he has to try to fight off, and that's coaches not talking to him. Do you see anybody in the media ranting about the way Kevin Stefanski mistreats Shedeur Sanders by ignoring him when he's directly asked about him? Again, this is the question about Shedeur. When asked, this is the first time Oyefuse asked. When asked the reasoning behind making Joe Flacco the backup QB and not rookie Shedeur Sanders, Kevin Stefanski said, Joe's the backup. Now, I applaud this young man for keeping to ask these questions. Because I did say to him, you're going to have to ask the difficult questions or tell us who we can go to get the answers. So I applaud Daniel Oyefuse for staying vigilant and still asking the questions despite Kevin Stefanski. Then he asked again if there were any discussion about bumping Sanders to QB2. Stefanski said, my focus is on the game. Joe's the backup. Now, he's talking to another young black man. Now, I don't know if he would talk to a white young reporter this way, but again, that's a different video. I follow Daniel Oyefuse like I follow Kaden Salter. I'm paying attention to the way they're being treated. It's the same way I follow Shedeur Sanders. I keep receipts too. This is what Kevin Stefanski had to say when Dylan was the subject of conversation. The same Daniel Oyefuse asked Kevin Stefanski, Browns coach Kevin Stefanski on new starting quarterback Dylan Gabriel, quotes, from the second he's been here, he's been working very hard. He's a very intelligent young man. He's done a nice job throughout practice. And this whole season, he's been learning how to get yourself ready and understand the rhythm of the NFL week. Of an NFL week, understanding the rhythm of an NFL week and what that looks like as a backup. Obviously now feel like he's ready to go as a starter. Did he say anything about his capabilities as a quarterback and can help this team win? Here's what he's saying. The same thing that Pat Schumer said about Staub. He's cerebral. I like the way he thinks. He thinks like a quarterback. They got the same answers. This is Staub getting ready to go out there, but in the NFL. He's been here. He comes to work on time. He didn't say nothing about his ability to help the team win, because Dylan being QB2 is not about helping the team win, just like it was not for Staub at Colorado versus U of H. It was about their preference. Do not forget Pat Schumer was Stefanski's boss. And I have said multiple times, there is no way Colorado should be run. No way Colorado football should be operating like the Cleveland Browns. And Kaden Salter found himself in the same situation as Shedeur Sanders, with someone in charge, not the head coach in Colorado, but someone in charge where he wasn't their preference and he got moved out the way. Now, as fans, we say that should have never happened. Now, you see all of this verbiage Stefanski has for Dylan. You see his conversation has absolutely nothing to do with his ability to win. He knows the rhythm of an NFL week. What the hell does that mean? He know Monday, Tuesday, you off, Wednesday, Friday, you work. That's why he's the quarterback, because he know his off days. He know when he's supposed to show up. He's very intelligent. Very intelligent. One of the biggest stereotypes of black quarterbacks is they have a lower cognitive functioning than white quarterbacks. And in this case, maybe he means Polynesian. This is putting Shedeur down, and we talking about Dylan, but you don't have nothing to say about Shedeur. Your answers are short, indirect. Don't ever address Shedeur. Other coaches can volunteer feedback about Shedeur. I'm sure there are other teams that wish they would have had Shedeur, but I know those teams, the GMs, the coaches, the assistant coaches know that Shedeur's movement is being restricted. In addition to Shedeur's movement being restricted, Shedeur is being ostracized by his head coach, just like this guy.
As soon as practice is over on Monday, I'm out.
Just like this
partying,
guy
more
right here.
drinking, less focus on the football field, more focus on the things that didn't matter because I was trying to escape bad football. I was trying to escape coaches that didn't talk to me. Shoot, as soon as practice is over on Monday, I'm out.
I had a
I wonder if he understands the rhythm of an NFL week. He understands his coaches are ignoring him. He understands he was trying to cope. Drinking and partying is a release. You think these people who are intentionally trying to inflict emotional distress on these players so they can underperform, so they can justify cutting them, don't know what they're doing? You think all of that emotional distress that was heaped on Shedeur when he first got to Cleveland was not intentional so that he could go run out and party and drink and meet the person that they sent in to get him under a lawsuit? Of course it is. What is the point of needing to know my every move and knowing what I had for breakfast if you're going to sit back and let me be ostracized and assaulted and ignored by my head coach so you can get something on me? That's what it is. It's not used for good. It's used for bad. Which is why when Shedeur Sanders got a ticket, that's all they could talk about. But nobody knew that Jackson Dart was running through toll booths in New York because he's their preference. So we don't want him. We don't want to hurt him. But we're okay with hurting Shedeur. And the media is clearly okay with Stefanski dodging their questions, but they want to trash Shedeur for protecting himself from their malfeasance. So the black player that played for Cleveland was being ostracized and ignored and trying to cope. Manziel was trying to probably escape bad football and maybe being a backup. And he told you how he coped. But they don't like Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is damned if he do, damned if he don't. And I have already said from the beginning, do not ever dare shrink yourself for these people because all they are going to do is discard you. All they're going to do is kick on you until you voluntarily choose to leave. And if, like Lamar Jackson, you can continue to thrive at a high level despite them trying to stress you out, they just going to continue to collude against you. Maybe when you get to MVP or when it's time for you to get to free agency. Because just like Shedeur, they didn't want Lamar to be a quarterback. We don't want quarterbacks like Shedeur Sanders now, although that was said ahead of the 2025 draft by an NFL insider. They had the same sentiment and reaction towards Lamar Jackson. Oh, he's better off as a wide receiver. They tried everything to say that Shedeur wasn't a good quarterback, and all of it had been disproven. So now we're moving away from talent. We're moving away from talent to say Dylan is a very intelligent young man, but when asked about Shedeur, I don't have no answers for you. Ostracizing, choosing and picking, and it has nothing to do with football. I did use the word picking for a reason, because that's how they treat Shedeur, like he's a slave and you can't leave here because we're going to sue you for breach of contract. And we know you want to play football, so we're going to humiliate you. And because you choose to be yourself, we're going to ostracize you in front of everybody until we break you. But it ain't happening. He's still continuing to be himself. I applaud Shedeur for that, because at one point I was worried that he would be like the black guy in the video who played for Cleveland, who coaches weren't talking to him and he was trying to find an escape. And I was concerned when he got that ticket because I knew that his awareness was waning. But you see that happen early on, because that was God making the crooked places straight. So when Shedeur got to this point, he could continue on. Remember when Shedeur said he was growing in his faith? This is why. To get ready for this fight right here, because this is not a battle Shedeur can fight. This is deep-rooted, deep-seated racism. There's no reason in the disparity between Stefanski's conversation regarding Dylan and how intelligent he is. There's no difference. There's no reason for that. Shedeur hadn't done anything. But then when asked about Shedeur twice, nothing. This is evidence of the disparity. And it doesn't matter that Dylan is not white. He's not black. And that's the